Welcome back to the podcast. Today we are talking about a very unique side hustle that a lot of people are making a lot of money doing. And that is posting on Facebook, believe it or not. So if you can get a page monetized on Facebook, there's a ton of money to be made there, more than any other platform, I believe. And a lot of the inspiration from this episode is from Chris Corner, who did a video about this, how someone's making, maybe he's making $35,000 a month with other people's content. So we're going to watch a clip from that and then talk about it.
Yeah. So essentially what he's doing here, I went through his strategy and it's interesting. The idea behind it though isn't like unique to him in any way. The idea behind it is that Facebook has a massive audience of people and they have way less content being created than people want to consume. And the reason is because Facebook has kind of an older demographic. So it has a lot more, just a much older demographic, and a lot of them consume content. They don't create content. If you go to a platform like Instagram, there's tons of content over on Instagram, but there's like a weird arbitrage opportunity where it comes to the content. Now, a lot of people have their Facebook and their Instagram account linked up. So when they post something to Instagram, it automatically goes to Facebook. And this is actually the case with my wife. I didn't even realize recently I was helping her with a project. She was posting some new music. And it was like, I want to post to your Facebook. And I didn't really know what happened. But anyways, I noticed that she'll usually get like on Instagram, maybe somewhere a couple hundred. She's like a new artist, a couple hundred to 1,000 views on an Instagram video. But over on Facebook, some of those same videos were getting like 6,000, 5,000 views, like tons of them. She'll post like, I actually hired someone in like maybe the Philippines or somewhere to go and post like 10 videos a day for her. So it could be really all over the place. But I was going back and like, well, some of them have like 11,000 views, 1,000 views on these videos that's posting like multiple every single day. So what I didn't even realize that we had a Facebook page. She's got like 500 followers on it that I had no idea it even existed, just because it was linked to her Instagram account. So all this to say, if you're already creating content for Instagram, make sure you're connected because it will go here. But the bigger opportunity is that Meta will actually pay you for this content. Unlike Instagram, which doesn't really pay you to go viral or post stuff. I mean, you can go plug your products or whatever. But Meta, they'll just straight up pay you for streams, kind of like how TikTok has like a creator fund or things like that. And Jamie, I know that you actually have a monetized account. I know you've never posted on it. How much money have you made from your monetized Facebook account that you maybe have some old videos, but you've never actively posted on?
All right. Yeah. So if you're watching this, I'm going to share my screen so you can see my exact analytics. Now, this is normally something we do in our school community, which if you have not checked out our school community, you need to check it out. It's called AI Hustle. Each week we break down specific strategies on how we're making money online using AI and growing our businesses. So this is kind of what you could expect if you're part of that group. But I literally just pulled this up because I haven't checked it in months. But I have made a total this year of $4.68 from posting on Facebook. We had if you don't know my past at all, we used to have we still do. It's a YouTube channel. We have over 150,000 subscribers on it.
An absolute celebrity.
Yes. And this was back in the long form content days before all the shorts. So it was like kind of an impressive number back then.
That is an impressive number.
But we had a Facebook page we tried to repost content on. And we, at some point, crossed the threshold of becoming monetized, which I believe was 4,000 followers. So we don't have much more than that now. But I believe once you get 4,000 followers on a Facebook page, you can start monetizing it. But again, we don't really post on social media, at least our brand anymore. Which I'm starting to think I'm going to, though, because even without posting anything, looks like my last post was like January 28th or February 7th, I think, was the last reel I posted. We made $4.68. So, if you look, you can make money from not just reels, but you can make money I made 72 cents from posting photos. So you could post static photos. Stories, I made $1.66.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, so it's not just reels that they're paying you for. It's other things as well. So, that's how I believe this is what Chris Corner is saying is he's making $35,000 a month doing this. I think I'm going to start doing this because I could use another side hustle in my life. And I feel like you could, Jaden, do you think you could automate something like this?
I think there's a lot you could probably do with AI and automation, but I would be careful about it. because I know that Facebook does crack down on some of that stuff. Now, the strategy that Chris Corner is doing, so yeah, he was making $35,000 a month doing this. So like you made $4, but you've never posted. If you're actively posting and he has a strategy, you can make a ton more money. I'll show you exactly what he's doing. So what he would do is he would go over to Instagram and he would find viral for his niche. It's like viral money making Instagram videos. So it's already proven that he knows it's going to go viral. And then all he will do is he'll make a video responding to it. So he's not even like playing the video so much as like the footage from the video. He'll have play in the background, and then on CapCut or like TikTok, you can like make a green screen cutout. So it's like your head on top of it. And while the video's playing in the background, he's talking. So he's not doing like one of those. I think what people like get a bad taste in their mouth is if like you basically are reposting a viral video and you're just like in the corner, just like pointing at it, but like silent, not saying
that
anything.
annoys
That's
me
like
too. Yep.
so scammy. You're not adding any value. And I've heard of people getting like their Facebook accounts shut off, banned, whatever. Like you know. But what you can do is have the actual viral clip playing in the background and you talk about it. It's like, you know, in the one that I'm sharing on my screen, it's like, you know, how to make $150,000 in 6 months. And it's like a person that's doing like a junk removal business and they're breaking down how they do, how they're doing the business. He was going and like looking at the actual downloads to make sure that, or the actual comments to make sure it had a lot of engagement. Then he has like a teleprompter app that he uses that helps him do this, so he can come up with an actual script. A lot of times, though, if you just watch the video, you can kind of talk about it yourself and don't just say, this is what they're doing, but like try to add your own ideas. So when he was doing it, like in the junk removal business, he's like, they started a junk removal company. They spent this much money on their truck. What I would recommend, instead of spending that much money on your truck for your first 5 truckloads, go and actually rent a truck from this place. It costs you this much money. You can test out the business idea. This is how you're advertising. So like he adds like a whole bunch of his own ideas onto whatever the business is, but he can just crank this thing out really quick. And I think he was saying he was making, you know, 5 or 6 of these videos a day, reposting them. And then he had some pretty crazy analytics as far as how much money he would make. There was a bunch of videos that he was sharing where he was making for like, I think the reach on the video was 1.3 million. I don't know if that's actual views or just reach, you know how sometimes it's like impressions, but for 1 million views, he's getting $150. And typically, like if you're just trying to make content from scratch yourself, sometimes that's hard to be like, oh, I'm going to go make, you know, get 100 or like get 1 million views on every video I make. But if you already go find viral content that already has 15 million views, you're reposting it and you're adding your own ideas on it, you know, the visually it's already going to do quite well. And so that's what he found was the case. He was making a bunch of these every day. And yeah, he was making $35,000 a month just kind of doing these like repost reaction videos on
That's
Facebook.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder, what I would like to know is, if you're doing this strategy, do you not pop your face up to give your commentary until after the hook? Because like I feel like that's what makes something viral is the hook. So
Yeah.
But if my like ugly face pops up over the video before,
swipe away,
you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I wonder if he breaks down that strategy or
yeah,
what.
I mean, and that's a good point. I think there's even like a lot of people that will go get like the viral hook, or like they'll go get a hook of a crazy viral moment from a video and they'll put it, like I'm sure you've seen this with realtors, Jamie. Realtors, I feel like, are the most notorious for this. It's like, you know, a crazy lady like kicks something straight at a car, or like some crazy thing happens and all of a sudden it cuts to like a realtor and they're like, that's why you should buy my house over on 72 ABC Street. Or like realtors are so good at that. It's hilarious. But I think, yeah, that's probably a good idea if you want to get the viral hook, is like leave the first 2 seconds of the actual video where someone's like, here's how I make this much money doing this thing. And then all of a sudden it's just playing in the background and he pops up and is like, this is what they're doing. This is what I recommend, blah, 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 blah. And you kind of give a commentary. And again, you could do this in literally any niche. He did this in like money making side hustle, which of course we're covering because that's kind of like our niche that we like talking about. But you could do this in beauty and cosmetics and lifestyle and like a lot of other areas. Just go find viral stuff and comment on it. And like, and that's how so many YouTube channels have grown, even in like the news space. But the hack is that if you post it on Facebook, you get paid for it, which you get paid quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this. I might try it and report back, but I just need to get a workflow down. I don't want to spend all my day doing this, you know, but if I don't know. It's very intriguing. It seems like kind of like you're pulling the slot machine too, a little bit, like
Totally.
you're gambling with your time, not your money. So that's maybe better. I don't know.
Right. Well, you know what? One thing that I do find interesting, it's like definitely a question of like, how do you turn an influencer job into a business? It's definitely like a hard problem. And, you know, we see it because we're here doing this podcast and then like it requires us to be here. But I think for a lot of these kind of videos and this type of channel, I don't think it would necessarily even require you or I to do it. Like if you really found a winning format, I don't think people care so much. I mean, maybe a little bit they'll care because like maybe you'll resonate with your audience. But like you think about like 5 minute crafts and like those kind of channels, they're just like showing hands and they have voices in the background sometimes. But like there's a lot of stuff where it really could be anyone giving it. So like you could hire someone and it's just their job all day long to respond to these videos, which would be interesting. There's AI, but if it's too spammy of AI, it's going to get flagged. So I don't think that's the play for something like this, especially if you're trying to get 1 million views on it. But if you could hire a real person to do this, I mean, if it made 35 grand a month, I don't know why you wouldn't hire a real person to do that.
That's true. That's a great point. Yeah. Especially if you're doing like similar messaging each time, like building up a certain niche of content, you know, you could just rip out a bunch of them each day.
Yeah, so. you could do multiple niches and stuff. So overall, this I give this a solid pass as far as side hustles. This is pretty cool. I mean, shout out to Chris for making this video. I think he got a lot of flack. I think his Facebook account might have gotten jeopardized when he made this video. And I've seen this happen a lot. People like a lot of these platforms don't like it when you make videos about how much money you make on the platform. I knew a guy that made a ton of money from Snapchat when it was paying creators, and then he made a bunch of videos and Snapchat kind of banned him. So there's anyways, Chris definitely put his head on the chopping block for this one, but it's a solid hustle and I've seen a bunch of other people making money from it. So yeah, I would definitely try this out in your niche, and I think it's a solid way to make some money.
Thanks for listening, guys. We will see you next time.
And make sure to go check out the Skool community.